we're not going to do the whole breakdown of the second round picks that are not going to play. We're going to skip right past that, right? Your strengths and weaknesses for the two guys that they drafted last night.
I love this because this is perfect timing with Michael Holley being in here today. Because I said it right before the start of the show, Mike, I feel so bad that you had to sit on set. No, and sort of just keep it alive, man. Keep the show going before the draft 2 nights ago and then last night. But you had to do it because something might break.
Something might break. How about this, though? Last night. So the first night of the draft, Celtics at 28. So we're doing this show, and it turned into like a 4-hour show, 4-hour podcast.
Yep.
All right.
Just waiting.
So the boss says, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Well, I'm doing the show.
I ain't doing what I just did.
What are you doing before the show? Why don't you come in at 8? Just the start of the second round. The Celtics have the second pick.
Yeah.
They have the second pick.
For just a few minutes.
Talk for a little bit.
Is this Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin.
Did Kevin feed you? I hope Kevin fed you.
Pizza. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Phoenix made a trade at 31. What if the Celtics make a trade at 32? Sure enough.
They sure did.
Drop back to 46.
They Bill Belichick your ass.
50s.
It's not dropping down 14 picks. It's like, oh, that's another hour right there. That is extra.
Not only is the 32nd pick not probably going to be relevant, but we know the 46 is.
And then you get to the point like, okay, the NFL draft, there's just a difference between the NFL and the NBA. NFL draft, second round, I'm in. Third round, I'm in.
Yeah,
fourth round,
get good players.
I know players.
You get the players
I'm into
dropped.
it. I got guys. I'm like, oh, he's still on the board. I'm telling you.
Remember Shador Watch?
I had no idea. Kentucky, big program. I think we all know. Amari Williams. I don't know. I don't remember him. And I'm looking at him like, I don't remember him.
I didn't realize he was 7 foot till last night. Like, I didn't know. He looks like he's a 6'5" guard.
And he didn't start there. He played 1 year at Kentucky, like a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Like most guys, you get and it's pretty smart because if he hadn't gone to Kentucky, a 7-footer from, Morehead State or whatever, you'd say, I don't know, maybe he's an undrafted guy. 7-footer, Kentucky, hey, there might be something there. And so you draft him in the second round. So he, it's funny, one of the comps on him, they said, who's he play like? You know what the comp is? Kata.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Good.
Got that guy.
Then you're set at the big position for sure. Before we get into what Mike Zarin said about potential future moves, Holly, what have you made of this past week for the Boston Celtics and the moves that they've made?
I think it's painful. It's painful.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know we spent so much time talking about what these organizations have to do with the second apron, and you got to avoid these oppressive tax penalties. But I think we've kind of glossed over what you've lost. What you've lost in Drew Holiday and even Porzingis. Porzingis, it seems easier if you just focus on the end of last year. Man, this is a 7'3" guy who couldn't even post up 6'5" guys at the end. That mysterious illness. He was missing shots.
He was
couldn't make three-pointers. And he only played, 42 regular season games last year. But if you think about who Porzingis is when he's right and who Drew Holiday is as a teammate, Drew Holiday as a versatile defender who can guard legitimately three positions, man, it's huge. When you give up Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis and you get back Anthony Simons and Georges Niang, and that's hard to swallow.
What boggles my mind is I think the local opinion is that Brad wasn't going to be done here, that these guys aren't really going to stick here. He's going to use them to move. He's going to use the picks. He's going to use the guys he acquired for something bigger.
To do what?
We didn't know. See, I think that was the excitement from 2 days ago that Brad's got something up his sleeve. And the national perspective is they're all looking at those guys that they are going to be the ones that stick here. And this is how the Celtics are going to use them from Stephen A. on down. And all the guys breaking it down. This guy's going to fit here. He's going to be a good 6-man coming off the bench. Simons is going to be that, and Yang can help you do this. But this other guy, he doesn't play any defense. He shoots threes. Where everybody, I think, here locally thought they're going to move these guys.
Well, I don't think they'll move. I don't think they'll move Simons. But it wouldn't surprise me.
Simons helps you more than Yang.
You see,
right?
Niang and Hauser, because you need. It's just a math problem right now. You need more. You need more money to make decent moves.
It's flexibility.
We're excited about Horford. Okay, but how are you going to pay him?
You got to pay him. Cornet supposedly $13 million a year potentially for Cornet.
Yeah. Like all these guys that you look at as just guys, it's just amazing the amount of money they're going to get. And so, like the other day, Dallas signs Daniel Gafford, who you as a Celtics fan, you go, yeah, he's all right. $30 million a year for Daniel Gafford, or $20 million, whatever. Yeah, $20 million. Like, come on. So if that is going to, if a guy like that costs you $20 million, now you can see the problem. But I could see them, aggregating the contract of Hauser, not that much money, $10 million, putting Niang in there, and then you try to maneuver a little bit and just re-sign, just to re-sign some of your guys if they give you a hometown discount.
Where do you think they are in the East right now, as it stands right now, today?
4 or 5. All right, wow. So who's like,
it's about right, because we did it the other day with both, and I think they came around between 10 and 12.
Curran said to me last night, he said they'll win 41 games. I said, there's no way that they'll be that. That's low. To me, that's low. The Celtics team that Brad Stevens, one of his first teams, they were 40 and 42. Now, let me tell you some of the names on this team, because the 40 and 42 team made the playoffs, and this is when LeBron and Kyrie were together in Cleveland. So that's the top of the conference is LeBron and Kyrie. Yep. And in that same Eastern Conference, the 40-win Celtics have Isaiah Thomas, Jeff Green, Jared Sullinger.
Big Baby?
No, Big Baby's not there.
We're there yet, huh?
Evan Turner is on the team.
Kermit the Frog.
Marcus Smart is a rookie. Avery Bradley. So
you got players. You got some players.
But not really.
No, but you got at least guys that
these
stuck
guys,
here and you
saw. But I'm saying,
them.
this team is better than that team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, and that team was able to win 40 games. So I think it would be.
If Jaylen's completely healthy and a true number one, they're going to win more.
If a healthy Jaylen Brown can't get you past 41 games, like a Jaylen Brown-led team should get you more than 41, especially since this team has already won. So sometimes
with Derek White still here, with Pritchard still here.
Yeah, sometimes teams don't win, McComb, because guys don't know how to win. Like we saw that last year. I think the Pistons won 43.
Yes,
and they get into the playoffs, and they blow the games against the Knicks because they blew Game 6 against the Knicks. They blew Game 1 against the Knicks because they don't know how to win. The Celtics know how to win, and their talent has gone down a bit, to say the least, because Jason Tatum's not there, Andrew Holiday's not there. But you look at Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Peyton Pritchard, you got Simons, and you've got some guys who are good, not great, but pretty good players.
A little bit based on the way we view Stevens and how close to the vest he keeps about getting the leaks out there. If you really wanted something back and get some decent return, I thought White would have been on the table. I would never even consider.
Like Mike, when you say not serious, what do you mean by that? What do you mean not serious? So kind of serious? What was the best phone call you got?
Well, what would happen to all these reports that they were getting blown? Like there were some big ass offers being
phone was ringing off the hook. And,
massive deals, mega deals.
Or if you're a general manager, first you make a call and you gotta and you can't take it personally. The first call is, just like a joke of an offer. Hey, we'll give you 2 first-round picks and a bad contract for Jaylen Brown. What do you say? And then okay, all right, no, nothing. And
you got to take the call.
You got to go through that thing. Right. So I'm sure they got calls.
Remember when John Lynch called Belichick, said, "Hey,
how about Brady?"
No, I'm going to let him walk in free agency in a couple of years.
How about Garoppolo?
But apparently that happens all the time in the NBA. And now you have to take it seriously after we saw what Nico Harrison did last year.
That's a good point.
You don't know. Everybody. Hey, so how do you feel about call San Antonio? So Wemby on the table? Like, get the F out of here. No, we're not doing it. But you have to ask. I would say with Jaylen Brown, I was starting to say this on the break, but I wanted to save it for the year. I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are 2 of the most misunderstood is not the word I'm looking for. I guess say mischaracterized, mysterious players in the league, because the swings are so dramatic on these players. So Jaylen Brown this time last year, and I don't know, one of you guys may have said it. I don't know. I know some of your callers said it. This time last year, the question was, is Jaylen Brown the best player on the Celtics? Is Jaylen Brown better than Tatum because he's the Finals MVP? Jason Kidd said it during the Finals. There was controversy about Drew Holiday apparently saying it during the Finals, and he's like, no, that was I was taken out of context. That's not what I was saying. So nationally, is Jaylen Brown the best player on the Celtics this year? Jaylen Brown, is he really a 1? Can Jaylen Brown lead your team? Like the difference of a year. Last year, maybe he's the best player in the NBA. Maybe he's top 5, top 10. Maybe Tatum is holding him back. Now, I don't know. Can a Jaylen Brown-led team make the playoffs? And then, Tatum is the same way. Tatum, he's missing something. When Tatum's healthy, he's missing something. I know he's all NBA. He's missing something. I'm not sure he's that guy. Now that he blew out his Achilles, the Celtics, they'll be lucky to win 35 games now. So what is it? Is the guy the MVP of the league? Does he suck? What is it? I think both of these guys, and I've come to the conclusion that they both are, people don't understand just how good both of them are. Jaylen Brown as a 1 is going to be really good. And and I told McCone, not only did Curran tell me that the Celtics would win 41 games, he told me that there are 15 number 1 players in the league better than Jaylen Brown. And I can't say what I said to that. Just imagine.
You have to dump it, T-Bone? Yeah.
But come on. And you just tried it, McCone.
I know, because can I be honest with you? Gun to head, I would probably side with Curran when I first hear that initially. Yeah. Yes, that I think he's probably closer to 15, 16, 17 than he is to 1. Yes. Yep. But as you go through the league,
you can probably, everybody can come up with 7 quickly. By the time you get to 10 or 11, now it's debatable. Just like most debates. Is this guy a top 10 player in the league? Yes. You get to 7 or 8 quickly, and then 9, 10, 11, you're always debating. I don't like that guy. So for me, a lot of players that get a lot of love around the league, I'm not crazy about, because I hate guys who you can play off the floor or you can take advantage of defensively. I'm thinking about the playoffs. So Jalen Brunson is not necessarily for me, even though he's such a creative offensive player. I hate that he sucks on defense. What was that Celtics game where he had 5 fouls in one quarter, and he deserved every one of them?
I think that might have been game 1.
It was game one. I think it was game 1.
He had 5 fouls in a quarter.
Yeah, see, the problem you have comparing with Brown is like the all-around player that Brown is.
Yeah,
you brought up Holiday, he could defend.
If you're going to be a 1, I don't want to have to compensate for you. You got to be so brilliant offensively, so out of this world that I'm willing to live with your defensive deficiencies.
Steph Curry, Kyrie in their prime.
And look, and think about Steph. Steph is now respectable,
right,
defensively. He is.
But I'm saying in their sgoing prime, their youth. Yeah,
perfect example. So if you're a liability on defense, I'm going to knock you down from that exalted status.
I get it.
So Jaylen Brown as a 2-way player, I can't think of 15 guys I'd rather have.
So Jaylen untouchable for you this offseason when it comes to the Celtics?
Well, no, that's going too far.
Okay.
I mean, borderline untouchable. I think if there's that crazy-ass team out there that would be Kevin McHale and give you the world, Danny Ainge, I'll make that trade with you and say KG there. Yeah. You pick up the phone and you do it. But there's got to be just that one. I don't think you're publicly out there shopping Jaylen Brown around.
Yeah, somebody would.
It's the team that's going to call you and say, we'll give you the world for him.
Now, see, if I'm in the buyer's position, just like anything else, as a buyer you have one perspective, as a seller you have another one. So, if I'm in the seller's perspective, if I'm the Celtics, I'm like, all right, well, you want Jaylen Brown? Well, look what Orlando gave up for Desmond Bane. Look what New York gave up for Mikal Bridges. And Jaylen Brown is better than Bridges, and he's better than Bane. So those guys drew 4 and 5 first-round picks. I need 6. And then as a buyer, you're like, well, that was an aberration. Let's not say that's this new standard. Those teams were a little desperate, a little ambitious. how about 3 first-rounders? But from the Celtics' perspective, I would demand 5, 6 first-rounders, and then we can have a conversation.